people in the front row, they are somewhat disturbed, especially if the light is too much. Use a dark background. You can do this because the technology allows it right now. Now, I strongly suggest you not to use any moving pictures, because none of you are looking at me right now. There's nothing on the screen, come on. It's just, what is there to look at? But you're all looking at the screen. Because we are hardwired to look at moving things. Remember the cave times? Yes, we live in modern societies, we have a civilized system, we're in a hotel room, no one's going to attack us, probably. But the thing is, our brains are still wired to catch the slightest differences in the way things move. If something moves, it has our attention. If we use constant animation on the slides, the audience will look at the slides and break eye contact with you. So don't do it. Now you're all back to the thing. Remember how I said using a relevant picture actually increases the potential of retention by 6 times, and use a dark screen. So, okay, I use my slides, I use a dark background, but this is the picture I saw. What am I going to do? Doesn't look pretty cool. With one click of a button in PowerPoint, you can turn that picture into this and make it more blend with the slides that you're designing. This is extremely simple. It's called removing background. Just with one click of a button, you can turn that into this. When using charts, we all use charts, maybe millions of them in the year. The default setting is data, legend. Data, legend. So the viewer has to go, okay, what is the red thing? Red thing is a chronic. Okay, what was the chronic? A red thing. Okay, I have to go back. Save them the trouble. Show the data as simple as possible where necessary. If that data is not necessary at that moment, leave it out. This includes the lines in the charts. You know, in bar charts, you put them and there are so many lines. Every single visible thing on the slide should have a purpose to be on that slide. That's the simple test. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but come on, seriously, not every picture. We have these, like, handshakes over the clouds, thumbs up. I don't know what this is. What kind of images, I mean, news she may have received. And this, use high quality pictures, but the pictures should have a meaning as well. I mean, I have never been in an office like this. If you have been, let me know. I have never been. It's a high quality picture, high resolution, color, balance, but there's something there is something meaningless to it. If possible, strive to address the emotions. I mean, involve them, because we're all human beings, we're all emotional creatures. If possible, if you involve also their senses with the emotions, then you will have a very high retention rate as far as the message is concerned. These are very simple, very practical steps that you can start applying tomorrow. And I could speak about this for hours and hours, but I won't. However, before I end my topic, I would like to share with you one last thing. One more thing. I have to make a confession. I have lied. I wouldn't call it I have lied to you, but I have certainly, you know, what I call it?
Misled.
Misled. No.
Manipulate.
But I have done something that you're not aware of. Trick? Trick maybe, but you be the judge. I have done something because what is important for me? I want to keep your eye contact. It's important as a speaker. It's the ultimate sign for connection. But I also use some slides. So what am I going to do? In order to maximize my eye contact with you, I did a trick. Maybe trick is the right word. I didn't lie to you, but I did a trick. Now, it's time to complete. What you see on the display is different than what I see on my computer. On the display, you see only one slide. However, like this one. For example, you're looking at a croissant. but on this display, I'm not sure if everybody can see it. I am able to know that my upcoming slide is this one. You don't know that, but I know that. And it is my job as a presenter, as a speaker, to maximize connection with you. So I don't want to turn back to my computer, break my eye contact with you before I move on. Use the presenter screen. It comes with every single presentation software out there. And basically, what it looks like is this. You have your current slide, your upcoming slides. You can even write yourself some notes. Okay, this is what I'm going to talk about when I come to this slide. I don't want to have to remember it, it's just over there. Use this, it is one of the most underused and unknown tools in the presentation business. And this will allow you to keep eye contact at a maximum. Let's make a small test. Has anyone seen this video? This is the last slide. I want to show you something. Can I see the hands of the people who have seen this before? Okay, please keep quiet during the test. What I want you to do in the next couple of seconds is, there are these white shirt guys and the black shirt guys. Very simply, I want you to count the number of times the white shirts pass the ball to each other. When the video finishes, do not say it out loud. Keep silent. I'm going to ask all of you, and then unanimously, all of it at once, we're going to tell the number that we counted. Okay. White guys, the number of times they're passing the ball. On a count of 3. 1, 2,
15. 14.
Lowest 11, highest?
15.
Do we have more than 15? 16. Okay, so we range between 11 and 17 and every single number in between. Yes? Every single time somebody falls for that, and today is Andreas.
Andreas.
Okay, who saw anything weird about the video?
Yes, the gorilla, the black gorilla.
What?
There was a black gorilla.
There was a black gorilla. Who didn't see the black gorilla? Okay, there was a black gorilla after the workshop I can show you again. But here is the core message. I'm not going to tell you the number. But what I'm going to tell you is this. All of us saw the same video. All of us saw the same message. All of us saw something identical. But all of us perceived it differently. Some of us got the details, some of us didn't get the details. Some counted right, some counted wrong. This is one more of the challenges that we have when we are using presentation software. Whatever effort I put into it, the message will always be perceived differently. That is why I have to simplify it as much as possible and support it with relevant graphics and visuals so that my retention rate has the highest chance of remaining on the top of my mind. Thank you.
So I'm not going to ask for 1 minute of silence here at this point. Thank you very much, Mr. Mozart. Now I would like to, if everything is fine there. So we can come to the second workshop today. It's going to be presented by Mrs. Suheyla Vargash, and her workshop is called Building a Supportive Club Community. Please.
Hi everybody,
Mr. Alper's workshop before I come here, because definitely you're gonna have like to see a lot of boring slides in here. Anyway, so I want to start off by telling you about my experience. The first time I went to Ankara Toastmasters Club, I did not interact with almost anyone, except the friends who invited me, obviously, and I did not contribute in almost any way. But I did something completely different, which was observe the community around me. And what I learned after that night was that people were very interactive. Sometimes the speakers who had speeches that night, they would refer to some incidents and make some jokes, and everybody in the room would laugh and start applauding them, as if they already know what they're talking about, they already know the experiences being discussed. And this gave me the impression that everybody is familiar with one another. This is why I've decided that building a supportive club community is one of the main factors that help us develop our Toastmasters Club. So, if you are a part of this community, you're probably here either because you want to build your speaking skills, or you want to build other skills and you've decided that this place is the most suitable place for you to do so. But what really makes a place? We sure have manuals, we have regulations, we have ethics, but are these really the reasons why we came to Toastmasters? These are possible reasons why you may be here, or you may have chosen Toastmasters for, but whatever your reason is, in the end, you came here and you chose to be part of this community because you found a connection. You found that this community is relative to you in a way or another. So, allow me to share with you 3 different factors and ways of how I think we can build a Toastmasters Club supportive community in order for us to attract new members and at the same time maintain our stability within the clubs we have so far. So let's first define community. There are so many definitions of it, as you can imagine. This is one of them, a social group of any size whose members reside in a specific locality, share certain aims, and often have a common cultural or historical heritage. Of course, we do not have to follow all of these rules in order to become a community. But like Socrates once said, an individual who does not, who is unable to be part of a community is somebody who's either a devil or God. That gives me the impression that without communities, we are unable to grow and progress in our lives. So having a sense of community means we do not only come here to gain educational skills, but we also come here because we have the chance to communicate to new people. We have the chance to share our ideas and opinions. We have the chance to give the world or the people we are among something new. Why is having a sense of community important though? There are two main reasons why it's important. First is because people who feel connected to other people are happier and more motivated. If your community is supportive, it's going to allow you to be committed to this community. You will always want to be part of its development, part of how the future of this community, how to make it grow, how to make it better. So we will always be part of something that we want to progress with. The second reason is that people tend to perform better in the presence of other people. There is this social psychologist. His name is Norman Triplett. He's he's known as the father of social psychology, and he came up with a concept that's called social facilitation. Social facilitation simply means that we perform better and we act in a better way in the presence of other people, whether these other people are an audience or people who are doing the same thing as us. So if your community, if your club community is going to be supportive, it's going to be interactive, this is going to help the members to be more challenged, to give better speeches, and to perform better. How do we build a supportive club community? There are 3 different factors, like I told you. First, fostering development, cultivating differences, and encouraging teamwork. development. You know, you're all aware of the Toastmasters Club sessions, so you probably know that we always have to listen to the speakers because in the end, there will be questions asked about these speeches. We all know that we have to give feedback and sometimes even criticize one another. But here's the problem. Many people, many of us, do not like criticism. But to be very honest, if I'm going to give a speech every time I'm going to give a speech, you guys are going to applaud for me, I am never going to learn. If everybody's always going to tell me I'm doing a great job, then I am never going to learn. You always have to be open to advice and criticism in order for you to develop. So take it as a potential for development. And also recognize achievement when it is done. And finally, guide those around you. Help them understand their mistakes and help them understand whether they're doing a good job or not. For example, when I first became the Toastmaster of the evening in my club, I was very nervous and I tried to do my best to be, entertaining for everyone because I was on the stage almost the whole time. But that day it was very tiring for me, and when I came, everybody was tired too. Like there was no energy in the club. There was nothing. And in the end of it, I felt like I have failed at doing this. I failed at entertaining the members of my club. But then